knows whom rather than what is being delivered by anyone. So therefore, I would like to focus on some specific deliveries. I have defined what exactly is the maker spaces and the center of excellence is all about, how they should be working as a twin engine to drive the innovation to capability. And I have defined with reference to specific domains. One domain is basically the defense electronics and defense strategic systems. Towards that, I have written a proposal how to set up a C4I DSR, that is Defense Research and Incubation Center. A C4I, you are aware, of course, you are working in Bath 4, so there is nothing new about it. So we are talking about a kind of a platform which can be used for the tactical management systems, for the decision support systems, and for the combat management systems on a whole. And where we have communications, and after that command, control, and very clear the computing, all four together. Now I have to include two more C's, that is, one is called the cyber, another is called combat strategy. So there are totally 6 C's, and I3, information, intelligence and interoperability, and STAR, that is the surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance. The C6I3 STAR, how do we set up a defense electronics research incubation center? How do we have a great population of various startups, various MSMEs on the role of RTIH? How do we actually select them? How do we give them problem statements? How we should have this particular center itself? What does it require? What kind of equipment? What kind of mentoring? What kind of guidance? And how the problem should be driven to a product finally. I have written a proposal. That proposal is proposal number 1. Thereafter, I have given another proposal, the proposal 2, where RTIH, like the T-Hub in Hyderabad, like other hubs basically, it should have a large population base, because your strength is in terms of your members. Finally, you say that I have 2,000 members, I have 5,000 members. I have incubated and guided about some 6,000 members, of which 2,000 members contributed and 1,000 members succeeded at the national level, and 500 problem statements we could solve, and about some 50 of them are internationally known. Like that, we should have a credibility. The credibility can come in terms of only a kind of a good member strength. So how do we have members, and how do we progress that membership? And for all those members who are going to join RTIH, what kind of guidance and what kind of mentoring, what kind of facilities can be given? This is my proposal number 2, very clearly. I have given all these proposals, and I will make sure that all these proposals in digital copies they reach you. If you want, I will ensure that they are all couriered to you on Bible, no problem. But this is my proposal 2. Then I have made one proposal, which I have given again, and voluminous proposals. These are all not small 1-page, 2-page. These are all books. And I spent lots of time, in fact many hours. So the proposal 3 is how RTIH must function in terms of various intertwined, interconnected, multi-pillar strategy. So what are the various pillars? How many pillars means I have defined about 24 pillars in this particular proposal 3. And I will explain what this pillar is, how it should go about, what should be done, and how it should contribute, and how it should be actually seen as an oriented principle. So these 24 pillars I have defined in proposal 3, and I have requested RTIH to focus it so that that becomes the backbone, strategic backbone for the entire functioning of RTIH. That is proposal 3. Thereafter, I have taken one more field. That particular field is the space and satellite engineering domains. The space and satellite engineering domains today dictate the entire world, and also they dictate the future of this particular country. You all are aware, we started with scarcely one satellite in those days, and today we have come up to launching about some 26, 28 satellites. ISRO found that they cannot do alone, they have to mobilize the entire nation. I was in that particular thought group, I was in that brain group basically, to go about mobilizing the entire nation, using the various startups and the SMEs with reference to the space and satellite domain. And for this, how do you set up from academia to entire hub level? How do we set up this space and SATCOM research and incubation center I have written completely in the proposal 4. This proposal 4 is absolutely a domain specific proposal for the research and incubation. And the proposal 1 is domain specific proposal with reference to C4I defense electronics. Now I have made up to 4 proposals. Then I made one more proposal which I have circulated just about a few days ago. That is, how do you go about establishing the makerspace and the center of excellence at RTIH Anantapuram spoke. In this spoke, which supports and which actually leverages the strengths of haves and have-nots of this particular 4 districts, how do we go about? How do we attract a great membership and ensure that we set up some kind of an example with reference to leading a proper technology innovation hub? So this is what I have written. In this particular proposal, that is the proposal 5, I have defined what makerspace is in terms of a collaborative platform, in terms of an innovation platform with reference to number of stakeholders from the academia, that means universities, and stakeholders from the startups and new generation entrepreneurs, and stakeholders from the MSMEs, stakeholders from including the industry majors like Bharat Forge, BEL, BHEL, etc., and with whom of course I work. My past is that I happened to leave the defense public sector as a director. That was my last appointment, and after that I worked as vice president in senior vice president in number of aerospace companies. I worked in international organizations, and I was in Ministry of Defense and Ministry of Home Affairs. So with all that experience, I have explained exactly what should be done in this particular makerspace and the center of excellence as a twin engine. How do we go about starting from concept to the capability driven engine? So one is actually a collaborative platform with an innovation engine. Another is a validation testing, validation and capability driving engine. How do we make good with this and what goes into this? I have written a proposal 5, and that's what I happened to present this morning in the presence of the Joint Collector and Mr. Vishnu Charan, and he was here, he listened to me.
Okay.
And so these are the 5 proposals, and with reference to this, what I would like to bring to all of you is my support, my coordination, and my ability to mentor, guide the way I am already doing, and to a number of companies. So that's how I will be with you, Mr. Inanda. And
I appreciate the proposal you have prepared and whatever efforts you have taken for preparing that proposal. I just brief you our idea that is from the Bharat Forge. Our CMD has discussed with me the idea of how this RTI, how we as a Bharat Forge contribute to RTI. Okay, so that is the first thing is to set up a lab at RTI. Say one complete floor must be assigned to some equipments or some whatever your proposal suggests. That equipment we can get it from some vendors, and we will contribute to that Bharat Forge. How we contribute from the Bharat Forge, we will see, because we have to make some contribution also, and that contribution can be a part of these equipments, and also that